Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today we are looking at Reanimation Shenanigans, or Shenan for short. We're focused around a couple of new cards, well not focused around, but we are featuring a couple of new cards in an existing Jeskia Reanimation deck, and those are the Capricious Hellraiser, which is 3 and 3 red, so 6 costing 4/4 Phyrexian Dragon. This spell costs 3 less to cast if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard, and it has flying. And when it enters the battlefield, you exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard. You choose a non-creature and non-land card from among them and copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. We don't often have 9 or more, not early on enough to make a huge difference, because really you need to have 9 or more cards in your graveyard before you reach 6 mana for this to sort of be a really useful effect, but it happens sometimes. Non-creature, non-lands we want to copy and play. Well, we have 2 very heavy reanimation targets here, Portal to Phyrexia and one with the Multiverse, so those are our targets to pay for free with this card. And we have plenty of ways of putting cards in our graveyard that I'll go over in a second. We're also running Ovika, the Enigma Goliath. Now this is a 7 costing 6/6 flyer, legendary. It has ward 3 and pay 3 life, so double warded. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create X 1/1 red goblin Phyrexian creature tokens, where X is the mana value of that spell, and they gain haste until end of turn. So you don't sack them or anything like that. Those tokens are yours to keep. And obviously the idea really is if we can play this somehow with one with the Multiverse down. As soon as we then play another one with the Multiverse or Portal to Phyrexia, or indeed anything in this deck really, we're going to get a load of goblin creature tokens that gain haste, and we can close the game out that turn. It gives us that instant finisher, which these 2 cards don't normally provide, so that's the idea of adding these into the deck. The rest of the deck is fairly standard in terms of Jeskia Reanimation deck. We're running Faithful Mendings and Cathartic Pyres that both allow us to loot cards. Cathartic Pyre doubles as a removal spell, Faithful Mending doubles as a life gain spell, so we've kind of got a bit of utility with those. Fable is one of the best looters in the game, obviously. Its second phase does you may discard 2 and then draw that many, so we can discard any of the high costing cards from our hand and replace them. And also the 2/2 Goblin Shaman can ramp us into playing our Repair and Recharge or Invoke Justice on turn 4, both of which allow us to bring our enchantment and artifact back from the graveyard. Note, only Invoke Justice will bring back the Ovika, but obviously the Ovika can also be brought back by the Portal to Phyrexia, so it's not the end of the world. Same for the Capricious Hellraiser. We're running 2 of the Elder Dragon War. The Elder Dragon War deals 2 damage to each creature and each opponent, so it can buy us some time to assemble our Graveyard Reanimation combo. We can also loot with it, so discard any number of cards and then to draw that many, and also it can give us a 4/4 dragon creature, which can do some business anyway. The one sort of difference maybe is that I'm testing out one Mishra's command in this deck, which is a sorcery of choose 2. Choose target player, they may discard up to X and then draw a card for each card discarded this way, so it has a looting effect. It also has deal X damage to target creature, so it can double as a damaging effect, although not quite as good a mana value rate as Cathartic Pyre. It then has the spell deals X damage to target Planeswalker, giving us a tiny bit of Planeswalker removal in this deck, or we can give a creature plus X plus O and haste until end of turn. Now for 1 mana being able to give our creature haste, for example once we've reanimated the Ovika, that extra 6 damage or 10 damage if we reanimate it using Invoke Justice can be the difference between winning the game or not, so hence why we're trying that out. I am running 27 lands in this deck. It's very land heavy, the reason being we can loot away the ones we don't want, and also we're running 9 lands that cycle themselves, so we've got plenty of ways of getting rid of the land if we don't need it, and we want to make sure that we're hitting our 4 or 5 land drops to be able to reanimate what we have in our graveyard. And that is it really. It's probably more of a fun deck than a brilliant deck, but let's have some games on the Diamond Ladder and see how we get on. Okay, let's do this thing. This is either going to be a catastrophe or probably a catastrophe. This is not the hand. If we had red, this would be brilliant. We will try another hand, please, game. Yeah, that's better. Got nothing to actually put it in the bin with this hand, but we'll probably find one with our mending, won't we? We'll probably do this. So, oh, I meant to play this one. Deck is harder if you don't play the right lands. Although, maybe we would have killed Glyssa anyway. Hard to say. At least we're not getting countered. No blue over here. Ooh, there's one thing to get rid of. Yeah, let's put both of these in there. Restoration. What are you doing? Don't you want to be portal to Phyrexia? Okay, interesting. My one plains. What beautiful plains it is though. Play that Sheldred out. Okay. Phyrexia. They can minus this and kill the portal, but bleh. They didn't. Why didn't they? Maybe they have another way of removing the portal. Okay. Then it's gonna go badly for you. It's gonna cost me 4 life, but I'll gain 2 life. And then we can put these two. Bing bing, yeah. Can't afford either of these this turn. But next turn. Next turn. We've got blockers now. A little bit late. A little bit late. Might have wanted to do that before. Boy, you've got to pay 3 mana and 3 life. And I'm going to get it back anyway. This player, please. 2, 3, 4. Good game. Not interested anymore. Okay, good start. Alright. This is nice. And go this one first. Fire's probably going to be removal. Anything more against? Yeah, almost certainly. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of that. No need to let that hit us for 2. And another one. So if we top deck something big, we can put it in the graveyard and get it back next turn. No, we can't. Because we're losing our little dude, I would imagine. We are.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Well, we've got something big. So let's Elder Dragon. Get rid of this little sleeper while we can. They can make us discard a card, that's not the end of the world. We can discard the Pyre. And as long as we find a white source, which we've got a good opportunity to do so with this, we'll be good. They'll probably use this to sack to kill this next turn. So that transforms. With this, we can chuck these two cards away. We find a tapped land. Next turn it is then. Never mind. Now that one I don't mind.
Don't overthink things.
Mending into the graveyard. Obliterator. 4/4 dragon. I think we'll have to bring back the portal because of the obliterator, otherwise we're not getting through anytime soon. There's that gone, there's that gone. Now it's looking a bit better for us.
It's no fun when they hit back.
It's just no fun playing against Portal to Phyrexia is black, but you've not got any artifact removal, eh? Okay. Okay, Kun. And yeah, this is another passable hand. We'll lead with our Deserted Beach, and then we'll go straight into the Forge. Deserted Beach, Battlefield Forge, and Sundown Pass. I never really think about the names of these lands, I just think of it as red, white. It's, you know, a slow land. Red, white, pain land. But, yeah, don't know. This one first. It would be just about my record to talk about the lands for ages, then put the wrong one on the battlefield, but I have managed to avoid that this time. We're against red, are we? Okay. The mending is comes into its own in the red matchup. Obviously we have a Pyre if we really need it, but I think we want to kind of get moving. And 2 life is pretty good. We'll do this. And we'll just get rid of 2 shock lands, I think. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything to throw away. Still nothing. I think we'll start this going, because it's going to be a game probably where we get to flip the Eiganjo, so... And then we can always Pyre next turn to slow down this. 3 a turn is okay. Once it gets faster than that, we need to slow down the amount of damage we're taking. At the moment we're on a 6-turn clock, which should give us plenty of time to do what we need to do. If it gets quicker, like this, so that's going to be 6 damage. Yeah, 3-turn clock is not acceptable. Goodness. Cannot get what we need in terms of throw that away, have that back. So we'll probably just have to Pyre, I think. Obviously it'd be tempting to Mending and just hope to take a Portal to Phyrexia off the top, but I can't really trust that happening. And we are taking a beating. Even a portal wouldn't save us from this. So this is still 5, 6, 7 damage. We're dead next turn. This can't be played from the graveyard, which is nice. Our opponent can't do 4 with 1, but I don't see us getting out of this, you know? That is not particularly helpful. So we can cycle this, see what we find, but I think as we're going to go up to 6, we can block 1. So in theory we're taking 5, but if they can even put 1 more point of damage in, yeah, then we lose. Couldn't quite stick it out with mono red on the draw, but then that is just because we had a slightly slow start. I don't think that rules us out of beating mono red. The only thing I could think to do is like run some other quicker removal like ossification, but I don't know. I'm not convinced we need it yet. Let's try a little bit more. Okay. Ordos. Let's see what we can do here. So nothing to throw away again, but actually a pretty strong hand for filtering our cards. So I like the look of this. Against Dimir by the looks of it, so because the black water implies to me it's just those colours. Ooh, Imperial Spell Dancer. So whenever it does damage, move 2 oil counters and you can clone a spell. Presumably for cloning Invoke Despair by the looks of it. Got no oil counters to remove right now. I would like to do a mending. If this gets counted, it's obviously not the end of the world. Got 2 fables. We'll throw away these 2. Still not got something to chuck away. How many did we run in the end? 3, 6, 8. 8/10. That is a very high number. I'm surprised we're not finding any, to be honest. They're all in our deck somewhere. Anyway, that Fable obviously got countered, which we kind of knew was coming, but you know, if we get to the 9 cards in our graveyard, that's a good thing anyway. They can clone their next spell. There's no artifacts or creatures to make us exile. I wonder what spell they would be cloning that's cost 2. Maybe some draws, but no. Oh yeah, they have done it. So what are they cloning? A Duress would be nice. No. Yeah, draw 2, get 2 poison casts. Pretty nice. Found them a land. Pyre will be helpful. I think we should do it now. Whilst they've only got 1 black. Oh, you haven't got something to bring it back to life, have you? No. And this one will do. So, what a levitating statue. Can you cast a non-creature for that 1/1? Okay, we have something that we want to put in the graveyard now. Next time we'll be able to bring back, hopefully. We haven't taken too much damage yet, and we've only got 2 poison counters, so I think we're not too bad of a state. We're about to get 3. Obviously, this will be proliferated up quite quickly, but opponent hasn't got tons of cards. There's 1. Thankfully, I don't need that to be able to cast my other spell. So, I wonder if we will succeed, or whether we're going to be countered here. Nope, that has gone down well. So we can play the Fable. I'm slightly concerned about our poison counter total though, so maybe we'll just get rid of this. I know they can get it back, but at least they can't hit us with it next time. Proliferate, some more poison for us. And this thing getting bigger. blast zone on 3. Well, they know what we've got in our hand. 6/6. Ouch. Pay for that. This one we can play for free. To get the Hellraiser. Target myself. We don't put any there, I suppose. We make this an 8/8 in case they haven't got removal. I guess we'll use this again. Get the Fable, target ourselves. Might as well target something different this time. Pay for this. We haven't actually got anything to bring back a portal at the moment, whereas we could play it next turn with this. So maybe I'll throw away these two. We gained a little bit of life as well in case something very bad happens to us. Did suspect that our Hellraiser may go somewhere. So this would be a 7/7, and that's 9 damage. Opponent's going to be tempted to blast zone because they can kill our Reflection and 2 Fables. And they're not powering up the statue, that is interesting. As I did suspect that might happen. So, let's see what's under this, just another land. Fine, so let's play this. So we sort of need a flyer, so they can't power this up, so we can hit them for 8. I think we'll use this just on its 3rd chapter. And then I'll use this in my turn, because in case there's something we can cast. No, it's just all lands, then never mind. So, the statue can't kill us outright, and we have a blocker, and we have now got the portal. So, if they can remove this and cast a load of spells, then we're in trouble. I think we'll block this just in case there's any shenanigans. Obviously we had lethal, but I can't risk something bad happening, and we can now bring this to the battlefield again. Do we want to repair and recharge? We can take a Fable or an Elder Dragon War. What's better? Elder Dragon War, probably. Just put another blocker in place in case. Okay, so let's use one of these first to get this land out of the way. Okay. The statue is tapped, right? So yeah, they can't block with it. Gosh, so many lands. Right. It's just a matter of time before we got there. Nice. I mean, that was actually a weird, bizarrely hard deck to fight against. With the this coming back as many times as they like, and the statue being something we can't remove. It's because we haven't got any instant speed removal in this deck, but it was fun. Here we go. Zia. Playing Ugin. Again, we've got nothing to throw away, but plenty of ways of throwing away, but that's fine. Always throw some lands away or some fables away. Still learning this deck really. What the best things to do are. Orzhov so far. Will it turn into Esper? Or is it Orzhov? Waiting announcement and Bank Lost is a nice start. 1, 2, or 1. Like that. Ah, nice. Play Fable. So if we can draw something to throw away, that would be wonderful. Drawing. Okay. So we'll discard one of these. The other Fable? Yeah. Gosh. We'll attack. And then let's bring back Fable, shall we? Right, so can't go wrong with too many Fables. You can never have too many Fables. I think that is true. We can filter some more of this. We've already gone through 15 and we can't find any of our 8 resurrection targets. They are there somewhere. And we will find them. Just not right now. Unless... Okay, we found a couple of them. So we can mending them into the graveyard. So I think we'll be attacking. Obviously they can power this up and block one profitably, but we don't really care. Could even play the Ovika just out of the hand. Maybe I'll do that because although we're better off getting the portal in this situation, aren't we? So we could do this, but then our reflection dies. We kill off 2 of their things. Yeah, let's do this. Don't really need the reflection. Okay. More drawing. Let's say there's no graveyard trespassers in here. Be quite an Orzhov-y thing to do. Yeah, might as well stick both of these in the graveyard. I mean, it's got a ton of cards, which is slightly concerning, but let's ditch these 2, shall we? Okay, at least we've still got some land to play with. Okay, let's get our portal. Then those 2 are gone, and then we can bring back the Enigma Goliath with this next turn, if we've still got it. It could be running Farewell. It would also be pretty brutal for us. Interact heavily with the graveyard.
Nobody knows Dominaria.
Make us sack our 6/6. Like yep.
Sacrifices must be made.
And then Portal to Phyrexia now costs 11. That is nice. Pretty solid against reanimation strategy. So we've got our 4/4 anyway. So 7. We'll be on 8, 3 away from this. We probably will be able to hardcast it at some point. I think what we should do is just this really. Play the Mendings. One of them anyway. Try and find another reanimation spell. So there's only 4 left in the deck, giving us an 11% chance at this point of drawing a reanimation spell. So if we draw 2, roughly 22% chance, which will draw 3 cards overall, so roughly a third of a chance, which is pretty good. Pretty good, because it'll be, unless there's more soul partitions, quite game winning. Fine. Should have really thought about the fact that they'd be forcing us to discard. So we can't draw with these after all. Because if we did find a reanimation spell, we'd have to chuck it away immediately. We got one anyway. Yeah, we'll take... oh, the portal's not there, so we can't take the portal. So we can take Ovika. Yeah, let's take Ovika. And let's make this a 6/6. Kill off Liliana and just swing at the face with our 6/6, create a treasure, bring us one closer to playing our portal again. Okay, Liliana doesn't die, which means they double block this, and then they can minus Liliana to kill the Ovika for cheap. Pretty nice. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 lands short of casting this. At least it gets rid of the Liliana, and we have a Fable, a Reflection next turn. Yeah, we've probably got another one, but... And at least that's in our graveyard rather than exiled or where this is.
Surrender now, and we all leave with our
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. 6/6. Do we want the 2 life? Probably. So Pyre doesn't get rid of that 4/4 with double strike. So I think we'll see what else we can find. Sadly, we won't have enough land to cast the Invoke this turn. So we can chump, but it's looking a bit bad for us. Just didn't find anything to reanimate. I mean, we're halfway through our deck now, and we found 2 reanimation targets out of the 8 to 10 in the deck. It's not a great ratio. We need a portal really
the edge of your blade.
to deal with this problem. So we're taking 6 damage here again. Obviously we'll block this, yeah. So we can cast the Mending and try and find a portal to put in the graveyard. It would help us hugely. Just more land. Gosh. Okay. More land. So Ovika doesn't actually sort of save us here. Nothing really saves us here. That is it. I mean, 8, 11, yeah, we're dead. GG. GG. Just bad draws again. That is unfortunately what this deck is subject to, despite having a crazy amount of filtering. If you don't find what you need, you don't find what you need. Okay. See if we can get back to our winning ways with this one. Please let me go first for a change. That is not good enough. That's better. We'll get rid of this as it's the least useful thing in our hand. Okay. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. That's nice. Means we can use the pyre to kill something. Like that. Can't have that whacking us. And you've got a pain red land. Oh well. So next turn, if they don't deal with that goblin, we're getting repair and recharge. I guess they have sort of dealt with it, because I can't now attack with it. Because I would attack, I'd have to sack 2 permanents, which I wouldn't have. Yeah, okay. Well played. Yeah, I was still tempted, but I would have had to sack this and this, and I only had 3 lands and a treasure. I'd be worse off. Give me my one with the multiverse. Fine. I'm not blocking that. I will cycle this land though. I thought it was going to be Invoke Despair for a second. I mean, it wouldn't have been that great. We still could have got back our enchantment, but... Bang. So we can cast Invoke Justice for free, but there's nothing to get back. So let's do a Mending for free. Get a couple of life. This isn't going to be hugely useful to us. And a Pain Land isn't that useful either. But out of these, the life is probably the most useful thing. What have you got, opponent? Okay, that's right. So that means we are taking at least this 8 damage. Uh-oh. We're going to need that portal to Phyrexia. And we're gonna need it now. We can gain enough life that if we can just kill this, but that'll cost us life to kill, I'm sure. So we can get blockers. So if we cast this 4/5, we can pay for it. That's fine. That gets us 1 blocker. Play that land, we unfortunately run into another land. So we could bring back a land with Invoke Justice just for 4 counters, put them on here, and then we've got 5 things to sack. Obviously if they've got removal, we're just in trouble. A whole way of doing 1 damage to us. I mean, we're stuck on the opponent, so I'm guessing that they have got removal. Aye. We're dead. -1. We had to be so close to turning this. Okay, we need to tweak our deck. We do not have enough things to bring back out of the graveyard, even with 10 things. So what we are going to do is just very quickly, that is not the deck, that is a green deck. We're just going to very quickly tweak our deck, remove one of these and put in one of these. Okay, let's go again. Okay, it's nearly my name, Kuyazi. Whatever. Got some nice tap lands. We need the one with red in it. This could be an okay hand. It's slow, so if we're against mono red it could be dangerous. Rakdos. Harvester. Potentially fine. Oh, we can play our Fable this turn. That's good. Then we can put both these in the bin. And then we have a chance of playing one of them next turn, which would just be like win. If you play Portal to Phyrexia turn 4 on the play, I mean, turn 1 would be good. That would normally be enough to win. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Oh look, we would have had it. Okay, well we will just kill their one then. Make it even. Surely they're not Reanimate as well. This looks more like classic Rakdos. Yeah, big score though. Something funky going on here. I don't think we're getting countered. You have to sacrifice 3 creatures. All 3 of your no creatures. What is this big score thing going on here? I'm very suspicious. Maybe they're doing something with Capricious Hellraiser, because big score is pretty good with that. Voltage Surge. Meh. All we can get is a Blood-Tide Harvester out of the graveyard. Would have been nice with the reflection around, I'm not going to lie. But we can get another Portal to Phyrexia as well, so that'll solve the immediate issue that I would call this that's going on here. Nexus. We don't have wonderful Planeswalker removal, but then we don't mind discarding stuff too much with this stuff.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
There's the Harvester. And we'll have a portal, and our Harvester becomes big. Play this? Yeah, why not? So that we can hard cast things when they come up now. We actually don't have the red. We've only got one red source. First time I've had this land issue. But we can discard this Hellraiser and bring it back actually with our blood token. So we'll do that. Since we have no chance of paying for it. Ironically, there is some red land. So that'll gain them a blocker. Fine.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
I'll have to take 2.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
So we'll take the Hellraiser and then the Epicure. The blood tokens can always be helpful. Not expecting this to yield much, but we might get lucky. Invoke Justice, fine. Stick them all on here, all but one. Our 2/2 Bloodbrain Shaman, and then a land. Okay, we've got one chance to discard this. Because this happened before our upkeep, we got 2 ticks on that. We can use this to kill that.
Next time, I'll cut you
It's now
down.
looking pretty good for us. I'm not expecting that to go through, but okay. They want to keep their 1/1.
Not worth the effort.
We can always start cloning the Hellraiser once we get our copy. What is this? Atraxa Grand Unifier. Well, I did not see that coming. I have to say, I did not see that coming. That's what the big scores are for. Now they've got their odd Nixilis. So they're playing red-black, and red is the only colour not in this thing. So you need 3 treasures for it to work. Well, just wait till I kill that and get it back. So, this will probably kill our reflection. This can block this. This, I don't think we have any desire for a Restoration of Eiganjo. So we will chuck that away. Fine, we might as well cast this and try and find some creatures for our graveyard. There's one. Those aren't creatures, but they could be useful anyway later in the graveyard. Guess we're not doing anything for now. Just waiting for Atraxa to attack in without killing our Capricious Hellraiser. Without killing it beforehand, I mean. Okay. We will take that Atraxa if that is what you want to do. As long as they don't get the Vat of Rebirth to bring it back beforehand, I suppose. Could have sacked it to Nixilis and drawn 7 cards. Oh, the Vat of Rebirth is up to 2. They could sack this, that'll make it 3, and then attack, and we'd have, oh, I'll then cast this. Yeah, they can actually get that Vat up to 4. And then bring their own Atraxa back.
I'm gonna
Well, at least we'll get our Hellraiser back.
in my
2 of them. And then we've got a good chance of getting one with the multiverse.
Shake down the locals. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, look at that. This is up to 4. So you remove 4 counters from it and then return it to the grave and return it to the battlefield. Very nice. And get that trigger again. Pretty smoothly done. This deck does lead to some fun games, I've got to say that. Even if I lose, I'm having fun. Which I don't say very often about this game, to be honest. So we're going to Surge the Reflection, that would be a good choice. Okay. So, Hellraisers it is. As long as this one doesn't exile the other one. It didn't. Is there anything we want to repair and recharge? Fable, or we can Pyre. We'll Pyre. Get rid of that.
Next time, I'll cut you down.
Come on. So we'll do 2 damage to everything. Not too worried about that 1 damage. Does get 4 counters on this again. They obviously could block, because they know they can get it back with the Vat of Rebirth, get loads more cards again. But at least I then have these to do something with. And it stops them getting something else back. We are slowly losing life to the Anvil and the Obnixili. Just need to find something that is not land.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Choose a non-creature, non-land card from among them and copy it. So I said copy, that's why it's a token looking, yeah. But yeah, attracts us back. Draw some more of your deck. You've got a Olivia Crimson Bride in here as well. I do feel like this deck is not the best at closing things out, but when it works, it really works. Maybe the Hellraisers are too much of a gimmick for this deck, I don't know. Because it feels like the Ovika actually closes games, because that combined with this means that you don't have to pay the cost and then you get all the things, but don't know. Got all the anvils now. Okay, harvester, couple of blood tokens. Let us deal with this land problem a little bit better. Okay. Portal we will take. Gets rid of 3 things. Repair and recharge. Okay. And then I one with the multiverse. So we can't really attack because we need to double block the Atraxa. If it's an option to us, they could kill one of them. In which case we will single block the Atraxa, but is this only as a sorcery? Yeah, so ideally we'd kill this at instant speed. Again, the thing that's crippling us is instant speed removal. We have none of it beyond the pyres.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Maybe this is a good reanimation target. Ooh. Are they going to do 7 damage to us? Have they got a way of finishing us off? 7 plus 3.
A new conquest.
Yeah, we would actually die if they did that to us.
By coin.
Maybe they've realised that.
Carnage. Tribute is owed.
They have lethal. They appear not to be doing it though. That isn't a vampire, so. All you've got to do is minus Tear of Nixless on me and then use the anvils, or do it the other way around if you want to make sure I don't draw something that I can pay with 1 Power Stone. Okay, that works. This is the long way round, but that does work. Could you then minus the Obnixilis after this connects to be sure? I mean, you could have been sure anyway with the anvils, but here we go. Boom.
Don't think you're some big hit. This
GG.
is my only offer.
Okay, a quick look at the stats of this deck. So overall, I've gone 7 and 7 in Diamond with this deck. I had a little peak and then a little dip. So I don't know if this is a great deck at the moment. It's probably just a little bit slow on the ladder as it currently stands. I think it's probably slightly better than 50%, but let's see. I mean, that's all I've achieved with it so far. We are getting a little bit hammered by black just because of the grindy mid-range nature of it. And sometimes they could be running Graveyard Trespasser, which is a massive interrupt for this deck, and Phyrexia and Obliterator is actually quite painful. We did struggle against blue, as you saw in the video, but then we've won against white, we've won against all sorts of different sort of mid-rangey colour piles, and we struggle more against the aggro mono colour type piles. So, I don't know. I think it's a fun deck. Do I think it's one to do loads of climbing with? Probably not. I mean, all the games are quite long, and your win rate isn't brilliant, but if you want some fun and mess about, especially getting to play with some of the cards that we haven't played with in other decks, like Ovika and the Capricious Hellraiser, then give this one a go. Or maybe you can improve it better than what I've done. It's not my sort of bread and butter type deck, so there's probably vast improvements that could be made to this. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching the video. I do appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.